going to be Saturday's video, but because I was really busy, you can find out more about that on the vlog, I wasn't able to do it then, so we're getting it done today because I'm free to do so. This video is a movie review of Jumanji, The Next Level, the sequel to 2017's Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle, and you know, another one in the Jumanji franchise. This film follows on pretty much directly from the previous one, in that it's a pretty direct sequel. The characters are the same, moving on from it, and, you know, it's all kind of rooted in the same stuff that happened in that previous film. All of the main characters are back, plus a couple of extras in the form of Grandpa Eddie and Milo, who are Spencer's grandfather and his former business partner slash best friend. They ran a restaurant together, it turns out. This movie's got a fairly simple plot. Like, things are not going so well for one of the main characters, and so he's like, oh, I'm going to, you know, go back into that game that made me reevaluate a bunch of my life choices and made me do some interesting stuff with my life, and then he regrets that choice, and so do all of the rest of them, because they end up getting sucked in after him. And, well, it's an interesting sort of narrative, in that, like, they all have to resolve their personal issues with each other. You know, not too bad. It's a pretty good film. I would say that the storyline is at least reasonable. We get some solid sort of backstory to Eddie and Milo. They get some cool sort of words about each other and, like, you know, like, some good stuff. The real strength of this movie comes from the same place as the previous one, in that it's got the main cast, you know, The Rock, Karen Gillan and all that, playing characters who are not entirely like them in the form of the teenagers, in their avatar bodies and stuff. And, you know, it's interesting on that front, but this one kind of takes that up to 11, in that it kind of does a lot of swapping around of the bodies, and thus we see Jack Black, who was playing, you know, a teenage girl that was obsessed with her phone in the previous one. They had him playing a, you know, young, athletic black teenager who is doing a lot of workouts and stuff, and, like, just, there's some interesting stuff in there that plays around with, like, stereotypes and what you'd sort of think, because The Rock ends up playing a very old man played in the real world by Danny DeVito, and he nails it. He nails it just down to a T. The one weakness that the film does have with this, and it's one that I noticed, but I don't know that anyone else did, is the fact that Jack Black's teenage girl was the same whether he was playing Martha or Bethany. Like, he had one voice, and it was the same one for both of them. It was interesting to see how that happened, because they did all the swapping around and stuff, and it was really interesting to play around with that. But yeah, that was the one weakness that I noticed in the whole swapping around stuff. The reveal of the horse being flying was, like, a good plot twist. It was, like, foreseeable, but not, like, completely obvious. Like, we all kind of, me and Jamie certainly thought that it was going to happen, but, you know, it was a cool thing. Like, why would they include a horse as a playable character in a video game otherwise? The whole thing with Grandpa Eddie effectively being a reckless dickhead was quite entertaining throughout the film, but in another installment, probably not worth including, because, well, just, like, it would get pretty tiring, and nah, you don't want that. There was one thing that I was a bit, like, uncertain of why they did it. They mentioned Martha's nickname of M in the first little intro-y bit, effectively, and then they never brought it up again as a thing, and it seemed like it was foreshadowing, but it wasn't, apparently, so overall, I would say that this film was pretty good. Wouldn't say it's, like, amazing, just fantastic, and nothing will ever compare, but it was a fun film with some decent enough humour and, yeah, no, entertaining. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this film if you've seen it. I would love to know, so let me know down there. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you remember to like and share it and subscribe to my channel. Click on the thumbnails down below to see other videos by me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!